Hi, this is Vivian Virtual Acton in Focus, and we're here at in West Acton with the AB's team. Well, they'll explain exactly what it is, but there's going to be a hackathon, and they'll be telling us about what's happening with the hackathon, why focus on flooding in Acton.
Hi, I'm Meadow. I'm the treasurer from AB's team.
Hi, I'm Asma Gilani. I'm the communications secretary. And we're here because we're celebrating the launch of the Acton Hackathon, the flooding hackathon. It's a collaboration between the town sustainability office and AB's team and Integral, and we're trying to create awareness around the flooding problem that's in our town. We're not a coastal town, so people think there's no flooding here, but actually it's a real problem. So what we're doing is we're going to have kids from the high school, from 7th to 12th grade. They're going to make teams, and the teams are going to come together, and we're going to have Ian and Lauren take them around and do like a walk into town and tell them about the different areas where flooding is a real problem, and then the kids are going to find a solution for it. And then, Megha, do you want to continue?
Yeah, so we will be having like Zoom meetings, which is like a calendar we've created for the students, where the students will be put into groups together and they'll be working on the solutions together. And yeah, we're just excited to see where this goes now.
Yeah, and then they will present the solutions in February in front of a team of judges, and whoever wins, the town will actually implement their solution in real life, which is super exciting.
Why did you choose to focus on floods?
So a lot of people don't think of Acton as a flood-prone area because we're not on the coast. But the actual situation is that flooding is a real problem. And so we chose that because we had that micro burst a couple of last year, I think, that caused so much flooding issues that people are not even expecting. And so this topic came up as a very serious concern for our town, and that's why we're focusing on that. And we want to include the younger generation in it because they have no clue. They think, oh, you're not on Cape Cod, there's going to be no flooding. So
absolutely. So excellent. Please join them. We'll tell you more later.
Of absteam.org, which is a newly minted nonprofit supporting Acton Boxborough in the area, science, technology, engineering, art, now in math. We're really excited. We've been around 25 years. Some of us know AB STEAM is AB Pip STEM, so we've evolved, and this is our first collaboration with the town, and also Integral Consulting, where we are launching a hackathon, which is it's an Acton Flood Solutions hackathon, a real way to involve youth in a real world problem and opportunity. So I'll kind of turn it over to our partners at the Town of Acton Sustainability and Conservation to kind of do some intros.
Hello, my name is Lauren West. I work in the town sustainability office as an environmental analyst, and we're just helping out consulting on the solutions that are proposed and kind of giving a town perspective to some of the flooding problems that could be addressed.
Hi everybody, I'm Ian Bergemann. I work in the conservation division. My main job is being out on those trails and making sure they're as accessible as possible. However, due to a lot of rain and sometimes the way we construct and where we construct our trails, they can often be seasonally flooded. And so we here today working with AB STEAM to be able to work with kids and students and teenagers to build solutions that can work out in our woods to be able to allow the trails to still be accessible and to allow the water to continue to flow. So we're really excited to work with the community on this and try to come up with some really locally based solutions.
We actually have a grant of a $15,000 grant from a company called Integral Consulting, and they have a charitable arm called Integral Charitable Foundation, and they've given us this grant, so they're actually going to provide some technical resources, real-world resources as part of this hackathon project, as well as some other resources that you'll meet on the panel here.
Guess I'm up. Hi, I'm Matt Mostoller. I'm the district manager of the Acton Water District. We work with the town of Acton to make sure that our drinking water is plentiful and safe for the community. We are concerned about flooding, one, because it can harm the water quality, and then we wouldn't have that water supply to feed all the needs of the community. But also flooding can cause damage to our infrastructure. So we could have pipes get washed out. We could have facilities become inaccessible due to flooding. And also we want to make sure that any flooding solutions take into consideration our groundwater resources, where we get all of our drinking water from here in Acton.
District they're donating to all the hackathon participants and all of the technical and community resources these fabulous clean renewable drink up local and renewable water bottles, and Deborah Symes also helped with the design, so I'm putting a call out there. I also want to say energizeacton.org. Karen Root-Watkins is amazing, and she is one of the resources.
Hi, I'm Karen Root-Watkins with Energize Acton, and our main mission is to help educate the community about actions we can take to decarbonize our lives and address climate warming. And one of the concerns is also flooding. We've seen in Leominster 2 years ago how because our storms are becoming more intense, it can have a real impact on people's basements, on erosion along our roadsides. So we really support this effort and support looking for solutions and keeping the public as educated and resilient as possible.
And others from Energize Acton actually are here.
I'm also a member of the committee for Energize Acton. My name is Matthew Liebman. I am a retired environmental professional. I'm really thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to see all these kids involved in learning about this issue and coming up with some solutions as an educator myself. So that's why I'm very thrilled. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brewster Conant, and I'm a hydrogeologist, and used to be a professor up in University of Waterloo up in Ontario. But I grew up here in Acton and really invested in seeing what everybody can do to sort of help make the place better. I wear two hats. One is with Energize Acton, the other with the Green Acton, the Water Committee. And we're interested in anything having to do with water, really, in terms of how it impacts our water supplies and the overall health of the town.
Dr. Kim Castens is also a member of the Green Acton Water Committee, and she couldn't be here today, but she will be here as the hackathon continues, and she's really passionate about water quality and water issues in the town, so I want to put a plug in for Kim.
I'm Janice Ward. I'm webmaster for AB Steam, and I've been with them for 25 years as they evolved, and I typically take photographs and do communications and the posters that you see around.
Hi, I'm Megha Patil. I'm the treasurer for AB's team. So we are the people behind these small events which happen around the town for little kids and families. So do visit our website. We have a lot of free events coming up over the years. And we would love to have more volunteers and more parents involved. We want to grow as a committee and also as the organization. Thank you.
Same.
And we also offer community service, so I can see a lot of folks out there, grade 7 to 12, and some graduates we have here. We really welcome AB students. They come back and they're involved in events. I just have to, while we're talking to, I have to put a quick grade 7 to 12, Gary Capel, who's my better half, and and Ruchi Jane. They want to just say something really quickly about Discover STEM.
Yeah, Casey Monster. I have the flyer, so I can show also. So, hello everyone. I'm Ruchi, and I'm one of the new volunteers. So, I'm an AB parent and an Acton resident, but just 2-year-old in Acton. So, probably the newest among this group. And I'm a recent volunteer with AB's team, but I'll talk about Discover STEM, but a very quick note about Hackathon. I think I'm very excited. Means I have a high schooler and an elementary age kid, but this Hackathon I feel is pretty unique because it just does not hone in your technical knowledge. You have to find a problem and then you have to really work on it for 6 months. So it's a very different hackathon, but it really will help you develop many more soft skills than just a typical hackathon 20-hour. It's gonna be 20-hour over 6 months. So I think that's very unique about it. I am a STEM professional, and I'm all passionate about STEM education and exposing the young and the older kids to real world STEM experience, and that is where the plug for Discover STEM comes. So this is an event where a lot of real like water district or iRobot or electric vehicles, right? The vendors or the businesses who are actually using STEM technology in real world would be there showcasing how STEM technology is used in real world. And it's a free event for middle and high schoolers and the community at large. It is happening in the high school on November 7th from 6 to 8:30. It's a free event for audience and free event for exhibitors to have their exhibits. And we want to really showcase different aspects of STEM field to all the kids, like how it's like outside books, how is it used. So welcome all, do join. Oh, you wanna say? Yeah. No, I will.
Also, the
Gary can add more.
hackathon will be at Discover STEM. It will be one of the exhibits. So anybody who wants to maybe be at the hackathon and present it, it'll be the solution will be there.
So I'll let Gary finish.
Yeah, so my name is Gary Capel. I'm KJ's partner, so to speak. I've also been involved in Acton PIP STEM for 25 years. And we've got the Discover STEM, as Ruchi was pointing out, coming up on November 7th. And it's an open exhibit. It's quite interesting, amazingly interesting, with different STEM exhibitors from aerospace to robotics to medical devices, and a lot of hands-on activities for kids. And it's open for junior high school to high school students to get involved and see the exhibits, and bring your friends. And we're also looking for exhibitors. If you're involved in STEM-related fields, please consider signing up to be an exhibitor, and we'd love more sponsors too. So mark your calendars for November 7th, and it's an amazing event. You can see more online, Acton PIP STEM or Discover STEM.
absteam.org.
Yeah.
And then /.
Yep. So.
And,
And our new exhibitor.
Hi everyone, my name is Sean Case. I'm with the Acton Water District. Matt told you a lot of our concerns about flooding, and we're excited to serve as a resource for you students, to come up with solutions and have some ideas around water resource management.
Hey, great. And I think we might want to talk about how the hackathon's going to work, how the teams work, and then we'll be taking a walk. So I want to know, want to talk about the logistics, like.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
form a team.
we have our launch event today, and we're still accepting teams. So we have a sign-up form on the AB STEAM website. You can sign up as an individual to be added to a team or as a full team. And once we have our teams formed, we'll have kind of an orientation call to explain all of the details and the meeting dates. But it'll mostly be teams will be able to kind of work on their own time together on their solutions. And then we'll have some like quarterly check-ins or so, where you'll get some feedback from the town, some feedback from Integral Consulting, and then eventually we'll have like a final event where everyone can share the solutions they came up with. And I think we're going to have a little bit of a walk now to show some area in town that is experiencing some flooding.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. And just some of the key dates. So after this launch, and people can sign up. The launch event is online on Zoom, September 30th, which is a Tuesday. And then the teams have to officially sign up by Friday, October 3rd. And then, as Lauren said, there's a fall, and kind of into the fall, there's a lot of resources and more flexible time. Students can earn up to 15 hours in community service credit, in leadership credit, in team building credit. So it's kind of an interesting and a valuable STEAM experience. And then in January, there will be an in-person hackathon event, the date and time to be announced, but that'll be kind of the recap. For those in 8th grade, I recommend just like batching the community service hours into 2026, because then it kind of goes into your high school. So if you're sort of straddling, that's a good strategy. Okay.
We're heading now.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So, for those of us who are going to be joining us, we are going to go and tour a site in town where we are experiencing some heavy flooding. It's been a little bit seasonal, but it's still really obvious when we go there. This is at Heath and Meadow. We are going to go to Mount Hope Cemetery, located off of Central Street. Is it 165? I think it's 165 Central Street. You'll go all the way to the back of the cemetery. My big blue truck with town plates will be there, so look for that truck. And then it's going to be about maybe a 20 or 30 minute time period. We're going to walk over to the beautiful bridge at Heath and Meadow. You're going to immediately see some of the flooding issues we're experiencing. We're going to talk about that a little bit, and we'll start off with a few little questions to some of you to get your brains start thinking about how would you solve that particular problem. And then thinking about how this is happening in other places of town and how unique the problems are to every single location that they're happening in. So if you're going to be joining us, we thank you so much for coming along. We'll be taking off shortly. Please be careful as you are leaving this parking lot. There are a lot of people here right now. So just take our time, and we will wait a little bit there for everybody to show up. So thank you so much. And I don't know if AB Steam has any other last...
Creamery also for helping out with the ice cream, and it was sponsored by AB Steam, but I guess ice cream is helpful in summer. It's good for attendance, you know.
And KJ, we already have 9 teams.
Oh.
We have like 4 or 5 online, so perfect start.
Wonderful. And a team, what we find happening, a lot of teams, they may have groups in the neighborhood or scout groups. They have badges related to environmental science or sustainability. Others, we found Lego clubs. They said, oh, let's form a team. So, kind of find your natural team, and it's usually 3 to 6 students, and it's really flexible. That's what we kind of like about this. It's more flexible. So thank you for coming, and we'll see you on the walk.
Area where we have this large cluster of purple flowers. Does everybody see that? This little purple loosestrife. In this area, we had a pipe that was allowing water to flow out of it. Unfortunately, the beavers probably found out where that pipe was, and they've blocked it. That's something that we deal with, and that is something that's sometimes called a pond leveler device, or a flow device, or a beaver deceiver. And that allows for us to put a pipe through a dam to allow water to go through. We have to do it in a certain way that the beavers cannot detect it, because they are attracted to trickling water. Right now we don't hear any trickling water because the beavers have done such a great job plugging this up. Water is still making its way through, and obviously during flood events or during rain events, water is able to go over the top of the dam and continue to go down river. However, if our storms get too strong, they can destroy a dam like this, and the beavers have to rebuild. At the same time, that can be worrisome because this was acting as a nice little levee in a way for a long time. So again, we want to be able to have water flowing through that allows the water to come down, but at the same time is still retaining some water.